Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Water and Power, a California heist. Now, this is not a heist movie. No, George Clooney and Brad Pitt are not like robbing a casino or anything. This is a documentary from National Geographic, and it is from 2017. It's an hour and 19 minutes long, and it sounds like it might be a pretty not too exciting kind of documentary. Nothing like flashy, like, you know, sharks and mummies and stuff like that, which we have plenty of in Disney Plus, National Geographic. Go for it. But this is very different, and it actually hits close to home, at least for me, because California. I live in one of the cities that soaks up the most amount of water that comes from much further north, where it's a lot more wet and a lot more rainy. Despite all the rain we've had recently these last few months, which we've gotten a lot of, California, despite its diverse climates and just perfect weather most of the time, and just you can go any direction, and you could be in the beach in the morning, drive an hour or so, and you're in the desert, and then another hour or so, you're in the mountains skiing, all in the same day. And then another hour, you're back in the city, or you're in farmland. Every which direction you want to go, at least from Los Angeles, you can find that environment. However, it comes at a price. Water is, strangely enough, for many years, especially due to the ongoing droughts that have plagued us for my entire time I've lived here, it's pretty devastating. And people like these two, the Resnicks, they're rich. They're super wealthy, and they have gone out of their way to invest in things that not necessarily in a way that helps anyone but themselves, but it creates a stream, as it were, of wealth through the procurement of water, however that may happen, usually at the cost of those who have the water flowing underneath their land. Nobody technically owns it until you claim it, let's just say. And these people claim it wherever they can. Building large, buying land, building large crops, almonds especially, the wonderful company. You ever bought an almond? Well, guess what? These people pretty much farm them. They're available. It's where 99% of all the almonds come from, Central California, Northern California, somewhere around that there. But it's not even about the almonds or anything else, or the other crops that they produce. It's it's the acquiring of so much water resources that it causes others to go without. In a place called Porterville in Tulane County, Central California, we get to see a family who basically has to rent a shower. They have to, the property that they live on has no running water. And it's not like it wasn't set up with plumbing. It's literally, they can't turn on the water to take a shower. There's people listing on Craigslist, hey, $5, come on over and take a shower. It's a way of life in this town, at least at the time this was filmed in 2016. This was released in 2017. It's a little bit harrowing. You get to see this guy's story at the beginning, and then you see how his life changes when he can finally flush his own toilet. For now. He gets to see, he turns on his shower. He's able to wash his hands in the kitchen. It's a life-changing moment in this humble, simple home. It's a thing that a lot of us take for granted. And unfortunately, in order to feed the greed of others, everybody else has to suffer and go without. And it's not just something that's going away or slightly gets better because, oh, it rained for a month in California and now the water is overflowing and we have mudslides and we have, you know, rain, we have water. It doesn't always stick around. And guess what? When it does come, people are claiming it as their own in order to sell it and make tremendous profit. It's traded like a commodity on Wall Street. And yet, water insecurity is growing every year, not just here in California, but around the world. Often, not just because of bad weather or climate change, but because of the greed of others. And I can't speak to the understanding every single detail that goes on. There's an investigator, a guy who is working to make sure that people like the Resnicks and others do not take advantage. I mean, this is a thing that has been going on for a century now. It was, to a certain degree, it was covered in the movie Chinatown with Jack Nicholson, set in the 1920s. So it all comes down to this whole water rights thing that I can't adequately explain myself. Honestly, if you're interested in this kind of thing and trying to find justice for those who require it in order to live, despite the greed of others, this is something you want to watch. I don't know how much things have changed since then. Toward the end of the film, the governor at the time, Jerry Brown, had signed a water rights bill that had the potential to change things, but probably won't go into full effect for another 20 years, giving the people who are currently profiting plenty of chances to find ways to suck out all the profit that's possible and find different ways to make money at the expense of others. So, yay. But yeah, we'll see how that has changed. I literally just walked in this room after watching it and didn't do any additional research. But this is the ground floor when it comes to understanding this kind of situation. And hopefully it's changed since then for the better. A day-to-day kind of thing, even for myself, I don't know it. I drink the water from the tap. I have to filter it. And it's a whole Brita thing going on. But yeah, it doesn't always taste great. And sometimes the water lines are not perfect. There's the people who live in that Tulane County that I mentioned. Everybody in certain areas, the poor, especially the poor, regardless of, what language you speak or where you come from, or your age, or what job you have, these are the people who will not drink the water that comes through the pipes in their own homes or their schools or their jobs. They have to get everything shipped in bottled in order to have any water at all. So, yeah, something it's something to think about, to learn about. So, Power and Water, a California Heist. That's what you should check out. It's on Disney+. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have seen this. It's good, always good to know. Let's check tomorrow's episode. Let's pick one. 269. Okay. 269. Okay, it's another series. Well, it's sort of, I don't know if it's reality or docu-series, but it's, because I don't know if it's scripted, so I should have made it red, but it's orange, so we'll find out. But it is science-y, because it's Science Fair, the series. So, yeah. We're going to watch at least one episode of that and see how it goes. Tomorrow, Science Fair, the series, and the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.